Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Testing Tricks. So today I would like to discuss the difference between bug, defect and failure in software testing. Okay, so many people are getting confused about these terminologies. Okay, so today I'll explain one by one so that you will get the clear idea. Okay, so first I'll start with bug. Okay, so what is bug? Bug is, suppose developer is implementing one of the flow or functionality in your application, and at the time of implementing they have done some mistakes in their code. Okay, so that time we can say it is a bug. So there is a problem in their code or in their logic. Okay, then you can say it is a bug. So there is a mistakes in the code, then you can say it is a bug, and it is reproducible in the dev environment. Okay, so developer is trying to implement one of the flow or functionality in your application, but by mistakenly they have done some wrong coding, and due to that bug occurs. Okay, now coming to the next topic, that is the defect. So implementation is done. Now tester is trying to test that particular functionality in test environment or QA environment. At that time they are not getting the expected output. So suppose for example, if you are expecting 5 plus 2 is equal to 7, but you are getting 6. Okay, so that means they have done some mistakes in their coding while implementing the summation or addition logic. Okay, so you are getting the defect due to that bug. That means there is a wrong coding in the application for that particular flow, and due to that testers are not getting the expected output. At that time we can say it is a defect. Okay, okay, so testers are not getting the expected output. So this defect is reproducible in test environment. Test or QA environment. Okay, now coming to failure part. Now if client or your stakeholder, if they will get this kind of wrong output in their production environment or real-time user environment, at that time we can say it is a failure. Okay, okay, so client or stakeholders, they are also not getting the expected output in their production environment. At that time we can say it is a failure. So it is reproducible in prod environment. Okay, so now just check the differences. Okay, so bug is a, there is a mistakes in the code which developer did in their dev environment, then we can say it is a bug. Defect means they have done some mistakes, and due to that testers are not getting the expected output in QA environment. That time we can say it is a defect. And what is failure? When client is not getting the expected output in their prod environment or real time environment, at that time you can say it is a complete failure. Okay, so bug is reproducible in dev environment, defect is reproducible in test or QA environment, and failure is reproducible in prod environment. Okay, so in one line, if you want to understand the differences between bug, defect and failure, just try to remember this line. Okay, so bug can cause the defect that leads to the application failure. Okay, as developer has done some wrong coding, due to that testers are getting the defect in their QA environment, and because of that client is also getting uh, not getting the expected output in their prod environment. That means it is a complete failure. So bug can cause the defect that leads to the application failure. That is the one line difference between bug, defect and failure. This is the main line. Okay, so try to remember this single line statement. So I hope it is clear now. Thank you.